Who's this guy? Who's this guy?
Hello, I'm Dave.
Dave. Who? You say Dave? Who are you? What do you do? Are you Black Rose as well, are you?
No, I am not. I'm just Dave.
You're just a single man, are you, Dave? You look like a soccer dad who's driving around the people van dropping kids off soccer on a Saturday for sport.
Well, if I could find someone in which to plant my seed, that would happen. However, I have not done so.
Hell, you must know someone for him.
Sorry, mate.
My grandkids say they know little ladies. You must know someone. Dave,
Again, I'm a fucking wolf, mate. You know?
We can get a bachelor going for Dave, I reckon.
Yeah, like a blind date sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we could do that.
I am very concerned, but sounds
I
great.
reckon, and I reckon if anyone doesn't like you, we get them to sign a waiver that they can't remember you.
Hey, guys.
Yo.
Myself and the boys have just got to bounce out for a little bit. We'll be on radio in case we need anything, okay?
Yeah, so let us know.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Talk soon.
No worries.
Nice to meet you, Dimitri.
Yeah, you do. See you later.
Evening, gentlemen.
Hello.
Good evening.
Right. As I mentioned the last time we spoke, our architects have been looking and studying the blueprints of the facility that you'll be hitting in the coming weeks. We've found something in these blueprints that may be of use to you. I would lock this truck and jump in my vehicle. We have a couple places to be. We'll need this later though.
Okay.
You still have that contract we gave you, I trust?
Yeah, actually, could we have a chat about that?
Sure.
Let me just read this contract to you. Just give me 1 second here. This contract requires the company insert name here to collect and safely dispose of general waste from Humane Labs. What kind of company name is insert name here?
You see, I think we've reached the conclusion. The contract that you received clearly was not the original one that you were meant to receive. It seems like one of our earlier drafts that the imposter has found in the bin.
Right, well, if somehow that fucking worked to get us in there, so maybe they'll check a bit closer next time, being that, well, from what we've heard, they've been berated with people trying to attack recently. So we should perhaps at some stage get an updated contract, eh?
Cough, cough. I'll yell at our drafter.
Yeah, good idea. He sounds like a dickhead.
Now, as for the reason we are here, come inside. This power station, it controls the main supply to the facility. Behind here is the control box that leads and controls all the power that runs that facility. If this was to, for any reason, fall out of action, it seems to reason that the power to the facility would be interrupted.
I see, okay.
Meaning to say, some alarms may fail, some locks may fail, and some doors may open up.
Right, and so, I mean, this thing doesn't look like it's secured very well. Can we just open the fucking door? Like, what's the good?
If it was only so simple.
Can't
We
drive a
like
car into
to...
it?
Well, we have a more entertaining means of disposing of it. A well-placed explosive device with just the right amount of explosive will quite quickly and promptly dispose of any controls for their power.
Gotcha.
There is another option.
Oh, yes?
I heard that you prefer the sneaky approach.
Yes, I'm Sneaky Beaky. That is my two middle names. My parents are kind of dicks about it, but that's fine. Yes?
Indeed. Well, we have another option for you. If you remember our computer friend, he's working on a program that interfaces with, well, the power a little bit further down the line. I'll show you to that now. You see, our hacker, well, our IT technician, he found a vulnerability in their system, and he wrote a quick program to, well, take advantage of that vulnerability. If you can follow the instructions properly and enter the sequences required, you should be able to gain control over these systems and temporarily interrupt power to the facility. However, as soon as you attempt to access their systems, there may be a notification that someone is trying to get into the grid So I wouldn't be too slow in regards to it. Practice, I believe it's a similar system to the Armor Guard, their hacking system. In regards to what we're going to be doing with the garbage truck, as we discussed earlier, you do still have that contract.
The one that he's updating, yes.
Yes, that contract. There has been a room we found inside the facility that we believe may be required to access the main roller doors. As it so happens, it's garbage day, and the admin officers, well, they require garbage disposal, so there's our ticket in. In the actual job, it won't be so simple. The locks on them can be overridden. There's a few access points that you can play with a few little wires to short the locks.
Yeah, right, okay.
We have garbage to collect in the admin offices. See, inside these admin offices lies, well, the admin desks. Inside those admin desks, well, as you know, security and IT systems don't tend to mix overly well.
Hey.
People write down their passwords, people put it in a notepad, even scratch it on pizza boxes. There is a second terminal in this admin office as well. It's responsible for some of the security systems.
Do we want to not be yelling about this?
We gain access to the terminal with a, well, conveniently left out piece of paper, and we get access to what we require.
Oh lord, alright.
Now, when it comes to the actual job, we'll be able to open our eyes and take a look at some of the desks, drawers, and filing cabinets throughout this room. In one of the desk drawers, someone should have left, well, in classic admin fashion, a notepad.
I knew
With
someone was
likely the credentials we need. Over here, you'll find a laptop. It's currently powered off. When the job starts, we'll be able to access this. This will allow you to unlock certain sections of the laboratory. What we'll be seeking is the deeper of the laboratories. We don't want any of their small test specimen, we just want the raw material.
Come into this room.
You'll be able to unlock the facilities via this laptop. Are there any questions?
I think I'm good. I'm just going to pick up some rubbish.
Alright, take this out to the truck, is that the plan?
Yep,
Yep,
we'll
gotta go.
get out to the truck and we'll be on our way. Alright, did you have any further questions you wish to ask of me during our drive?
So I think one of the big questions is, obviously, we kind of had a few ideas of what we could potentially want from putting, I'm not going to lie, not a small amount of effort in, quite a large amount of effort into this, and a lot of things that we were kind of after sounds like a big fat no. So what are we getting for putting our necks on the line here?
We'll be able to provide you with the financial benefits of, well, what they would usually sell for. Except typically when people are paid out for this, I believe they'll be through our, well, we have some fencers who prefer to work in dirty cash, if you know what I speak of.
Sure, but I'm thinking, like, so you're saying the value of whatnot, and we were talking about, like, vehicles and yada yada, like, it was a lot of shit. So I'm just trying to figure out where we stand, because I've heard a lot of no's.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, I cannot give you definitive answers as to yes or no at this stage. Any payment needs to go through my superiors. Unfortunately, I can just do what the boss says.
Okay.
Maybe we need to finally meet this fella.
I'm afraid that is not as simple as it sounds.
Alright, well, I guess we figure out weaponry situation, yada yada yada, and then we go from there. Look, at the end of the day, I understand that there was mention of price if we lose, but I'm not going to lie, if what we're getting for the amount of effort that we put in isn't good enough, I'm going to be very honest with you. I think those weapons may remain ours, because like that shit's going to be worth a lot to us. And so far, with all the no's coming through, I'm concerned that the worth won't be it. Which I honestly probably shouldn't have told you, but I don't want to start lying to you now. We understand our worth, so...
I can have another discussion with the boss, but he doesn't tend to change his mind.
Yeah, look, we have some things that we want. And if it keeps being no's and we get to the day, then that's not great. Like,
If you can, what is it that you seek? Is it just the vehicles?
I personally don't give a shit about the vehicles.
I don't care about the vehicles either. That's not a
So what
priority.
what do you seek otherwise?
So the very first thing that you told us no to, that is one thing that, boy, would I fucking literally kill for. But
We have a big family, right? Like, we're feeding a lot of mouths. We've got a lot of people who we support, and we're trying to help out. So I think that's a big part of why we asked for that. Is that a fair comment, Dave?
Indeed.
yeah, like if we can associate ourselves and get things rolling that way, that's a massive help to all of us. And yeah, like if that's not going to happen, then it has to be bulk stacks,
Indeed.
My fucking headphones just died.
I mean, I value that above a lot of money as well. Just that's really the pinnacle thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
The three of us.
I will have a word with the boss again, but I do not like the chances.
It's alright. It's good for people to know that we're being serious. We're not just fucking around. We're not throwing ideas to the wind.
Well, this is where we part once again, gentlemen.
Alrighty. So, we went on a fun little excursion we found out some information that's going to make our lives potentially a bit easier. So when we were going there, we thought we were going to have to just be, good old garbage truck drivers and go through and then fucking fight our way through a bunch of different shit. That's still probably going to be happening, but now we have the added advantage of potentially taking out the power to the building. Now, there are two ways that we can do this. One is going to be via blowing up I don't remember what the fuck they're called, but effectively a power supply not too far from the place that should take out the grid that Humane is on. The other way is the hacker that we got out of prison. He has developed a program that if we grab ourselves some form of external device, laptop, Raspberry Pi, something along those lines, and hook into a location that we were shown, we should be able to, without any explosions, also take out the power. It should give us a little bit more control, which is nice. Our thoughts are, why gamble one or the other? I think we go for the hack, and if it doesn't work, we have somebody on standby to go for the explosion. So effectively now, our thoughts are we're going to have 3 teams on the day. We're going to have our land team, our sea team, and our infiltration team. So our garbage team, which is a bad name. I think I like infiltration better. So effectively, the land team has got the explosives, and if shit goes real bad, they're going to have something along the lines of like sand rails or whatnot to come in the front gate, pick us up, get the fuck out of there. The C team will be dealing with the hacking and then getting into one of 3 things, either a boat, a submarine, or potentially, and this is a fun one, a seaplane that we might be getting, which is dope. And then infiltration team, pretty straightforward. We go in as garbage men, get a certain distance through, pull out the guns, and start blasting. Now for the bad side.
There's always some fucking bad news.
Yeah, it's not great.
That's just like fucking someone serving you up a nice fucking steak, and then the cunt telling you it's well done.
Yes.
Way to fuck it up, Dave. Come on, what's this shit? This
Look,
bad news.
So when we spoke to these people last, we offered up a few things that we would potentially like, and pretty much all of them were shot down. So one of the things that we wanted as a reward was potentially to have ourselves recognized as more of an organization than we currently are. So that was a no-go. We were also talking about, potentially procuring some more unique vehicles. That was effectively put off the table as well. For me, I wasn't really that fussed on that one. Like, as much as a Demon Hawk is cool, like, we don't need it, right? It doesn't give us any real advantage. So finally, it was money, and we kind of asked, all right, what are we looking at? All we got is that we are certainly being paid in marked bills rather than unmarked. We flat out don't know what we're getting paid for this shit. It's a big job, and it will come with quite a lot of risks, it would seem. And so we have concerns. They've already said that the weaponry that we're being provided with are effectively rentals. And if it goes real bad, we're going to have to pay up if we cannot hand those back over.
Yeah, good luck getting that from my bank account.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking that myself as well. But we don't know what our risk to reward is looking like. The two things that I see as reward right now is fuck me, as you know, we are all effectively, I think Bobby said it nicely, career criminals. And as a mark on that career, that this potentially is massive. It's something that no one else has or may ever pull off again. But yeah, anyway, so that's where we're at. A lot of good information that should serve us well moving forward. And yeah, just figuring out the negatives. But yeah,
That's exciting news.
yeah, so that's our time frame, and that's the information that we have. Now, I've just been saying to these guys that we've been standing inside pretty much all fucking day, so I'm pretty keen to go outside.